Can you make delicious pulled pork tacos without barbecuing the pork for 12 to 16 hours? The answer is yes, and we're going to do it right now. Welcome to Lawyer in the Kitchen. Today we're going to make some fantastic braised pulled pork tacos. These are going to be fantastic. Did I say that? I meant it. So I've got some pork. This is Boston butt. I've got about 2 pounds of that. We're going to brown all the sides, salt and pepper it, and then we're going to braise it for about 3.5 hours. This is about 2 pounds. We're going to make our own slaw with some avocado cilantro sauce. We're going to cut that nice and thin on the mandolin. We're going to garnish with a little bit of cilantro and some lime. And I'm going to cook the pork with onions. We're also going to make some nice pickled onions to put on top. This is so simple, so easy to do. We're going to have about a cup of white vinegar and about a half teaspoon of salt, a little bit of honey. We're going to cook that, boil it, take it off the stove, put the sliced onions in it, let it sit for at least 30 minutes, and voila, you have pickled onions. And we've got flour tortillas for the tacos, and we've got some great barbecue sauce that'll, when you hear the history, you'll like this even better. That'll make it taste fantastic. I've got about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the pan. Man, don't tell me this is messed up.
Oh,
there we go.
Holy moly.
Okay, so we're gonna get this oil not smoking hot, just shimmering. All right, so we wanna salt this liberally, okay? Nice little bit of freshly cracked pepper. Meanwhile, our oil's probably just about right. And I would say that's shimmering. Put this side down. Whoa, I don't wanna lose my plate. God, here we go. All right, that side's down. Go ahead and salt the rest of this because I'm gonna put a lot of water in here. That's just gonna add tons of flavor. All right, let's come in here and get a nice close-up. We got it nice and brown. We've got a lot of brown bits or fond in the pot bottom. And I'm going to put these onions along the sides. This is 2 onions. All right, so now we're gonna fill it up. It'll take a minute for this to come to simmer. And we're just coming to about the top. I don't know whether you technically have got to put this in the oven to consider it to be braised, but I'm calling this braised pork. Anyhow, light boil and then turn it down and simmer it. So we got it to a boil. I brought it down. I finally have it where I like it, so I'm gonna take it off, because when you take it off, it won't stay where it is, but this is about where we want it to be. Maybe just a little bit more than that. Now, if you have a larger piece of meat, it'll take a little bit longer. If you have a smaller piece of meat, it won't take as long, but if you cook it this way, you can tell, take 2 forks, kind of pull it apart. If it's absolutely shreds easily, then you know you got it, but it's gonna be at least 3 hours. Pulled pork traces its heritage to 3 distinctly different peoples: early Spanish settlers, Native Americans, and Southern Americans. It is said that the Spanish settlers used the cooking methods of the Native Americans, who slowly smoked and cooked game over a fire. Some say this was the earliest version of barbecue. Pork was a favorite meat to cook this way because it was easy and plentiful. Pulled pork became popular in the South, and many agree that Sonny's in Gainesville, Florida, popularized it more than any other barbecue. Today we're going to braise the pork on the stove and almost get the smoked pulled pork flavor in about 1/3 of the time as the base of our tacos. So we are about 30 to 40 minutes from cooking our Boston butt for 3 full hours. It's over on the stove right now, but it's time to get these onions ready. So we're gonna make the pickling sauce, the pickling, what is it? What would it be? Pickling juice? Pickling brine, I like that. So about a cup of white vinegar. You could use a half cup of white vinegar and a half cup of apple cider vinegar. And I'm putting about a half teaspoon of honey to a teaspoon, somewhere in there, just a little bit. And then about a half teaspoon of salt. And then we're gonna put those on the stove and low, and then bring it to just shy of a boil. It's time to do our onion. We wanna do these really, really thinly. So I'm going to take one of these halves. I tell you, I have cut myself on the mandolin before. It's awful. And I've got this super thin, and you'll see that. And the question is, do I use the glove? I'm not going to, because I'm not making that much. But be ever careful, because what happened last time is I got my finger down on this side, this finger hanging down. I'm thinking I'm all fine because of the thumb. No, I wasn't. Okay, so anyhow, that is thin. Have a come look at that. How about that for country? Have a come look at that. These are going to add a nice touch to these tacos. So again, I'm watching my fingers very carefully. If you put on the glove, I mean, you never see real people do that, like real chefs. This is not my main job. Anyhow, I think that's plenty. And if you wanted to do some more, obviously you could just do the other half, or you could put the glove on and get in there closer. That's fine. This is nice and thin, so that's good. All right, let's see how our vinegar's doing. It is not even coming close. But now we can watch it. We do want this boiling, just this side of boiling. This is boiling. Ah, that vinegar is strong.
Oh, it is. I love the smell of vinegar.
I like the smell of it cleaning windows. No, I don't. I don't like the smell of it at all. This needs to sit for at least 30 minutes and cool completely down, and then they'll be pickled and they'll be done, and they'll be fantastic. So we're about 15 minutes out before our pork is done, and we're gonna do the slaw. This is gonna be simple. I've got this, I'm gonna shave this very thinly on the mandolin. Same setting I had for the onions that have been sitting here for about 15 minutes or so. Whoa, this thing scares me. All right, I think this is probably pretty good for this. Oh yeah, that looks good. That's plenty right there, I think. This will make a good 10 tacos. Okay, let's see how that mixes. This is plenty of slaw. This will make 20 tacos. All right, so we're gonna put the sauce in. I'm gonna take the glove off first. This is avocado cilantro taco sauce. It comes in a little bottle here. And I'm gonna use that as my dressing. And we're also gonna use it on the tacos themselves. So here I wanna get this mixed up a little bit. We're gonna put more in there. This doesn't need to be that heavy. I'm happy with this. How's that?
That's beautiful.
All right, so we'll let that sit, marinate a little bit. We've got everything ready. The pork is at 3 hours. I'm getting ready to put it in here, and we're gonna pull it with the forks. They make shredders that do this. It's fine. This is easy. We're not gonna have any problem with it. We're just gonna do it with a couple of forks. So I'm gonna take this bowl. That is a gorgeous piece of meat right there. I don't know how much it's gonna stay together. Oh, not much. Okay.
Fiber.
We're just gonna do this. We wanna do a nice job here. Look how beautiful. This meat is just absolutely tender as can be. And we want all that fat in there. I know, you know, that's, we don't want to take anything out. But this is looking pretty good. And I'm pretty happy with this. Now I'm going to put a ladle full of the actual juice it cooked in, because that's going to moisten it up. And if we can get some of those onions that have cooked in there, look at that. Okay, we're going to put that in here. All right, that is going to add a lot of flavor, because we want this way pulled. Look at that. All right, now it's time to put in some barbecue sauce, because we didn't put this on the grill for 12, 16 hours. So we're gonna add a little flavor, and we're gonna use, of course, this works out, Sonny's barbecue sauce, which, by the way, their sweet is fantastic. And I don't know, probably a little more than a half cup, third to a half. This is going to be an incredible taco. And you know, everything that I have made on the Lawyer in the Kitchen videos, sometimes it's the first time I've made it. It just sounds like a good recipe, and I'm thinking it's gonna be good. And if it's not, you won't see it for the most part. This is pretty well mixed. I don't think it needs any more barbecue sauce, do you? This is a great recipe. These you will absolutely love. So we have everything we need. These, I'm telling you, these are gonna be fantastic. They're gonna be great. And I'm gonna go ahead and put a little fold in it. And we have enough to make a good 15 tacos here. And I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of sauce on here right now. Okay, now we're gonna put the slaw. Look at those, they look nice. And it's okay to have that vinegar on there. That's just gonna be a nice mix with this. Lots of nice flavors. It's time for some cilantro, nice big leaves. You either like cilantro or you hate it. But if you like cilantro, and I love it, I absolutely love cilantro. And then we want to hit this with a little bit of lime on all of them. We're just going to hit this whole thing with a little bit of barbecue sauce. And that completes these tacos. All right, I'm ready to taste these, but I promise you, you got to make this because these are going to be fantastic. They're going to be dripping. Here we go, first bite. Look at the juice in this. Come close and look at this. Just look at that. Oh. If you don't like this, there is something wrong with you. I think it's one of the best things I've ever made. Honest to God, all of the flavors are distinct. There's layers of flavor in this. You taste the cilantro at the end. The onions, the pickled onions are great. The barbecue sauce is perfect. The pork is tender.
You made these last week.
I know, and they were good.
And I took all of the elements to work.
Yep.
And my partner Ron and I ate these. We assembled and ate every day this week for lunch one of these tacos.
Yep.
They're that good.
Yep.
That's
they
how,
are.
that's how
I'm
much
telling you,
every day we ate
this
one.
is a great, great taco. There you go. Here, I'll get that. I'll get that Mr. Leaf.
This is the most incredible. I'm wearing it.
Yeah, there you should.
The most incredible combination
Yep.
of food I think I've ever had.
It's great. Hey, if you like this video, try this, okay? Try this. Send me a picture of yours. Comment on it. Tell me if because I tell you this was going to work. I promise you. No one's going to be mad at me on this one. I mean, I have some that are a little questionable. Not many of those. I usually don't, put those out because we've cooked some stuff that I'm going, there is no way we're putting that video out. Anyhow, appreciate it if you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on
While you're in the kitchen.